Alright. James, eating music, follow me on Twitter, whatever. Today I'm going to talk about QR codes. And QR codes is basically anything you scan with your Android phone and it looks it up automatically. It's a very useful tool. I'm pretty sure people know about it. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. If you haven't, this is a QR code. These little symbols can mean different things. They take you to different places on the website and anything. Basically, they take you to where you need to go. Digitally, like internet-wise or whatever. But what shocked me today is when I saw this, I'll show you, rather than tell you. This man has a QR code tatted on him. And it's starting to become a hip, trending topic and overseas, most Americans probably going like, oh yeah, but no, it's literally becoming a topic and people are getting this tattoo on them. Which brings me to this. This, my friends, is the future. You are seeing the future being made right in front of you and you don't even realize it. What most people don't understand is the QR code tatted on your body can be scanned. Now you're probably thinking and going like, oh, now I'm starting to see what these mean. Yes, they can scan you now. You can be scanned and people will be able to look up whatever you want to look. The future is, I'm going to be able to scan you. I can look up your Twitter information, Facebook information, all your information just from scanning this one barcode. It takes me to all your information. That's the future. He's already on top of it. Problem is, if cards and stuff is taken away and your money becomes that symbol, that means your credit and everything is going to be tattooed on your body. Safest place in the world is being on you, right? Like having money tucked in your pocket. So having money in your pocket and cards within your wallet, you get a QR code. And most people probably going like, I would never get that on me. Well, think about it like this. The world does move by popularity and the commonality of something. If this man got this QR code and they literally in the future, when they do make this to where they do what I'm saying, like take your information, you can go to it instantly, then yeah, cards and all that will be obsolete. Everything will be obsolete. Paper will be obsolete, like lightweight. It will be obsolete. So, question is, are you ready to be cattle to the world when that happens? Because when I thought about the symbol and where it's going to go, I thought about it and I was like, we're going to have something that lets you keep track of us, basically, at all times. I feel like the tattoo has a bigger meaning. It's unusual, it's strange, and yes, it's an advancement in technology, but it takes away. Tattoos are not supposed to be gotten in the first place. You're a religious person, you ain't supposed to get tattoos, but like I said, the more the world goes on, the more things become common, the more popular something becomes, the more easy it is to present to people. For instance, let's say this does become the new thing. Everybody starts getting this tattoo or whatever, and this does become a new thing, and they'll try it out in Japan or something, or China, where, people are more applicable and acceptable to, this type of thing because it's more technologically advanced. Overseas, they like to be technologically advanced. But what's going to happen is, if it's determined to be successful, and it does work, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have countries start to, like, let's say communist countries like China. They're going to demand you get the tattoo because it's easier to keep track of you. See what I'm saying? Eventually, it's going to come to America. And when it comes to America, it's not going to be presented in the same manner that they did. We're not going to say you're going to have to get this. What happens is, they're going to make it sound good. Oh, well, instead of having a bank card and all those cards, you could just have this little tattoo and it can scan it and all this, and you can do all this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. They're going to dress it up and make it sound. And you're going to have a choice. You can either keep getting cards or you get this tattoo. But over time, they usually kick out the choice of having it, and it's no longer going to be an option. You're going to have to get it because the world is going to progress to where cards is not going to be acceptable no more. Just like how certain things, like a freaking computer. This was made like freaking, computers was made like what, 20 years ago? Like, its personal computers weren't made, it was just made not too long ago, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we've lived our life with it as young kids, you know, and we've lived our lives with it, but still, it's new. And like I'm saying, this QR code, that's new too. Wait till this gets tatted on everybody. It becomes a hot commodity. It becomes easier. Everything. Remember, anytime you make the world easier, you're taking away the roots of how life is supposed to be. Life is supposed to be hard. Technology makes it easy. That's the problem. You make things too easy, you make people think about other stuff. People think about other stuff because they don't have to try as hard to do half the stuff they have to do. Back in the day, you didn't have time to think about making a computer because you was too busy working trying to provide. But then they made machines, so whereas they took away that job, so now you got to get smart. Now you got to get smart enough to be able to do the things that you couldn't do before. Technology is going to boot us out. And we're going to be cattle, eventually. The government's going to tell you to get this eventually. Give it about 20, 30 years. It's going to happen. And then, you'll probably think back to this and say, the world is a horrible place. Because once this happens, what else ain't going to happen? You know what I'm saying? What else cannot happen? What else? Like, seriously, like, what else cannot not happen? Like, violence, crime. You know what's going to start happening? If you start getting them codes, people going to start chopping your body parts off just to get the code. Or grab you, tie you up, and just scan it. You know, take your information. The world's going to change. It's going to get more violent. No matter what you do or what you create, someone's going to figure out how to use it for the wrong reasons. So, you know, I put it to you like this. The longer the world goes on, the more corrupt it becomes. But once it becomes so corrupt, it can't exist.